Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, April 14th, 2024. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Now Mind You podcast. This is episode 113, Manga. We are your hosts. I'm TJ.
I'm Matt.
I'm Bryce.
That's right, bitches. We're back. The three of us in full effect. You didn't think I'd come with the aggression, because that's
Woo
just not
woo.
my style. But here we are. Can't put it back in the box. But
No,
no.
you gotta keep it
No,
the whole time.
I'm gonna pull a Bryce. The leash is off. No, that's not
Oh
me, y'all.
shit.
That's not me. That's not me. I do be getting wild. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely clips of me getting wild, but I anyway. So as far
One
as
day.
announcers, Bryce is like, let's not rule it out. But as
Mm.
far as announcers are concerned, nothing new for you. Check out our flow page. It's got the links to everything. Peep the Instagram. Appreciate all the engagement. We got the questions of the day. We got the stories, et cetera, et cetera. Check out the YouTube, so on and so forth. As far as the docket is concerned, we really just have three for you. We got Sakamoto Days, we got Kaiju number 8, we got Chainsaw Man. Then we'll segue, of course, into our favorite chapter this week. Spoiler alert, you'll probably be able to guess what it is if you've been following anything we've been doing lately with the stories and the episodes. And then of course we'll get into our topic of the week, which is what, fellas?
Trashest devil fruit power.
Which, by the way, hilarious topic. Without further ado, if y'all don't mind, I can kick us off with Sakamoto Days. Of course, Sakamoto Days, Yuto Suzuki. This is chapter 162, 162 chapters, huh? Man, that's crazy. Other series have like less than 100 or just about 100. They get animes, but that's neither here nor there. What's this chapter called, you said? Oh, it's called Familiar Faces. Where did we leave off? Now, I know that ain't who I think it is, right? So it's always funny to be able to quote that. But essentially we left off with I guess Slur. Well, it's not Slur, it's basically the personality manifesting inside of certain. We'll get into that in the chapter. But how would I summarize this? Reunited and it feels so good. Uh Look, I slacked on maintaining this energy last episode, but I'm gonna bring it back. Where the fuck is my anime announcement? We are 162 chapters deep. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Whoa,
My
the leash is
only, like, say again?
I said the leash is off. He ain't playing no more.
No, but I mean, come on, dude. We're like 162 chapters in. Fucking Kaiju's got an anime, right? And coincidence, non-coincidence. Of course, the new chapter drops like premiere week, but that's neither here nor there, right? The
I got
Fable
it.
gets an anime. Fucking Sakamoto Days has been like top tier shit week after week. Still no anime announcement. It's just whatever, whatever, whatever. Um,
I got a theory. I'm gonna save it though.
all right. But my only thing with this person, so basically they're saying in the chapter that it might not be what we initially thought or what was implied, that there was some type of weird fusion that happened between Rion and Uzuki, right? K. They're saying that this personality may have manifested through trauma. Of course, it's always trauma inside of Uzuki. As a result, he created like this deep copy of Rion's whole being, whole personality in his head as a way to protect him, right? Um, but the thing I don't really understand is how this like personality manifests, but there also seem to be some physical attributes that come with it, mostly around the facial expression and the face itself. If you look, the eyelashes seem to be a little bit more longer or defined or emphasized, and even the shape of the eyes and the quote unquote color, I mean it's a black and white manga, seem to reflect that of Rion. Like it doesn't even look like Uzuki anymore. That's like straight up Rion's face, right? Um yeah, I don't get that. I don't know. It reminds me of this manga I read way back in the day. This could be an obscure reference for some, but it was called Change 123, and it was like the I guess protagonist was really a dude, but like there was this girl he was crushing after who had about basically through some type of trauma. She, I forget if her family was like a family of like expert martial artists or assassins. That Venn diagram could very well be a circle. But each one of her parents, like she had like all these relatives who became parents or whatever, specialized in this one aspect, and they trained her to the point where through trauma, she now has these three different personalities, which both align with these three different parental figures in her life. But along with her changing personalities, her physical attributes would also change too. And of course, it being a Japanese manga,
Yep.
there might be some like pervy stuff. It's
Yep.
it's just
Yep.
what it's just what it is. It's just what it is. But that's I say all that to say I see some parallels between this personality change in Uzuki and something similar that I saw in like Change 123. Um, I need an explanation for the heart not being on the correct side because that's fucking weird. Also, um, if the personality that Uzuki created can't kill itself, right? It's reaching out to Sakamoto and Nagamo to get them to do it. That seems like more than just a copy to me. It almost seems like a runaway personality, kind of similar to what you see with a Moon Knight, where he has personalities that he doesn't even know he has, like the other personalities aren't aware of, right? Um, I'm wondering if they pulled like some type of Kengan Omega shit and they had like Leon transfer consciousness over to Uzuki by telling him her life story 24/7. What do they call it? The Hui Sheng or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, we need a fucking flashback from Kei's perspective of what went down the day Leon died, probably before Sakamoto got to the scene, because Asaki was there. And that was the most emotion in this chapter that I think we've ever seen from the president of the JA so far. Like, Nagamo is trying to get to the bottom of things. He's just like, hey, cut all that bullshit, kill her. It's like, oh shit, that was intense. There's a reason why you want her gone, right? He was calling her an annoying ghost. So there's definitely some story there. Sakamoto crashing through the ceiling like some type of assassin Santa Claus, hilarious. And them subsequently making fun of his weight, as always, hilarious, right? Feels like they've returned to the high school football real days or whatever. I also wish Leon gave Asaki the finger when he was like, "You should have died that night." He was like, "Come at me, bitch." But the last few panels, there's only one person we know who opens a door like that. I'm referring to the slit in the door and the chopped off door handle. Next chapter,
Mhm.
them taxpayers are going to be pissed off by the amount of fucking destruction that's apparently going to go down. Because if that's who I think it is, that building's toast. Assassin Con going to end abruptly in calamity. But that's me. I'm gonna
Are we
pass
all
it.
thinking the same person?
Yeah, of course it's Mr. Takamura,
Oh,
right?
okay.
That's why I said it's gonna end in calamity. Uh Shit, the only one who could maybe stop him might be Osaragi. That's what I think personally. Like she's the only other calamity level order member, I think. But with that, I'm gonna pass the mic over to who do you usually do? Matt, you didn't get Epo this week, man. So go ahead, speak, bro.
No, I sure didn't. Um, but alas, I'm letting all the mangakas rock if they need a break in light of recent events.
That's fair.
Uh, First thing, can't let this slide. I'm never gonna not find it funny when they animate the fat on Sakamoto, showing the ripples in his cheeks when he's running down the stairs. Pause. It's funny as hell. Um, this is another kind of expose chapter. A lot of tell don't show, but I think it was necessary, just really just so we can get more understanding. Because truth be told, this cow shit was low key kind of confusing, and it still is. Um, but I just felt like it was necessary. But like you said, shit finna turn up next chapter. When I saw that door handle and the way that door came open, I was like, well,
It's been
this is a
real.
person that can't be reasoned with.
Right.
Like,
Right.
we don't know what he's saying.
Right.
But no, man, I mean, and I thought it was a good I don't know how you put this. Like not even really a break, but it was a good little necessary, I feel, slow down from the amount of action we've been getting the last few weeks, pretty much just to lead us into more.
Mhm.
But that's pretty much all I got on it. I'm gonna pass it over to you, Bryce.
So yeah, I like the chapter. I think it was funny. Like as soon as I saw the staircase, I'm like, nigga, you could just jump down that motherfucker. So it was very funny to just see him literally come through the floor. In regards to the account thing, I like it. I feel like this particular arc with seeing how X's group operates and having the split personality, along with just like the subtle hits with Shin and his psychic powers, I'm really getting the sense of like um the mind being a big thing for this show, whether it's um Shin's powers, whether it's Magneto with the psychic shit, um
You mean the
that
magnetism?
the magnetism, yeah, with the magnetism. And now, of course, we have X with a cow, and he developed his personality. Now, whether or not he developed it, I think there could be a case where because now we know that the president is just like, yo, kill that bitch. Um, what are you doing inside? Like we knew something had to happen between the time period where K disappeared and she was with X.
Right.
And of course the relationship with X and the grand and the dad and the brother. So maybe, in that time period, um, that imprint was made, not only to protect X, but also just kind of like it's just that one, and just two, like somebody did that. Somebody made that. There's somebody out here like doing this experimentation shit, and we are seeing a lot of people come from that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who that is, I have no idea, but I feel like this is all leading to that person. As an example, it's giving me mad Madara vibes. It ain't giving me Kaguya vibes. It's giving me Madara vibes, where it's just like, okay, I'm seeing the map. So, um, later on, it'll be very interesting. Knocking the president out as soon as this happens. Of course, it's gonna happen. I do think it's Mr. Takamura. These motherfuckers need to get the fuck out of here. In regards to the people in there,
Hey,
they don't care.
protagonist and antagonist, I'm like, everybody needs to leave.
They don't care, bro. These motherfuckers, man, they gonna see this old nigga cutting shit up, and they be like, "Dang, man, what's wrong with that old man? Why not talk to him and try to help him?"
It's
They just
crazy
use
that
the
they're
shit.
talking that long after getting sliced in half, but that's crazy.
Hey, this manga weird, bro. Anyway, yeah, I think Sakamoto's suggestion is interesting for a cow to stay on forever. So maybe that's how they're gonna move now. Maybe like the plan is a cow, try to keep a cow as this present personality for good, as a way to get rid of X, which goes very much along with Sakamoto's trying to do. He ain't trying to kill no more. Um, so yeah, I really like this chapter. I'm looking forward to the next one. I think we have a big bad on the way. Eventually, we're gonna get something. And this is gonna come back to Shin. Maybe it's Shin's dad or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, great chapter. Also, my theory as to why they haven't announced the anime. I got two theories. One, it might be a bidding war for this damn anime. Two, and this one's the sad one, which I can understand. This shit might kill the animators. They not trying to do this shit.
Nigga said it might kill them.
It might kill them. This might be the straw that broke the camel's back. I ain't gonna hold you. If you really think about it, we ain't got a chill chapter since chapter one, and we had 162 chapters. 162. What that first 25 episodes gonna be like? Yeah. Murder. That's what it's gonna be like. So
imagine the anime or the company comes over to like Yuto Suzuki, like, hey, we need to put some filler episodes in. Oh, because you guys cut up? No, because our animators need a break for their sanity.
Ain't gonna be no filler episodes, man. They gonna stop.
They're just gonna stop.
They gonna stop. They said, where y'all going? Anywhere. anywhere. Y'all gonna be fired. Bitch, do it. At this point, I got this shit on my resume. Motherfuckers gonna hire me. Fuck y'all. But yeah, that's my theory. Um, really good chapter. Really good chapter. So, what are we getting into next?
Next up it's on you, Bryce. Actually, you got Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. All right, well, let's get into it. Chainsaw Man, chapter 162, Fearsome, by Tatsuki Fujimoto. We was actually talking about this before we got on the pod, how this chapter kind of felt a little fillerish. This part feels like fillerish. Mainly because, there's a big reveal with Denji, and then all of a sudden we're back here. Just kind of, I get that it's supposed to stretch that tension out, but sometimes it's just get to the meat. Anyway, going back to what was happening in the last chapter, of course, they were trying to reattach Denji. Asa and Yoru realized that Denji is actually Chainsaw Man. And then Mr. Eye Patch got the big homie. I believe this is the we've seen her constantly before.
Quan Chi.
Quan Chi?
Yeah, it's her.
So we got Quan Chi, and a battle starts happening with the Nail Fiend, Asa. Katana Man be trying, but Katana Man be getting taken out just every time. Like he just got a panel this time. That's it. Just a panel. Of course, the Fiend and Yoru go after Quan Chi, but it is an ass whooping. It's an ass weapon when you get stabbed so fast that like the blade is out, but you can just see the blood like shake the blade. That's what happened to the Fiend, the Nail Fiend. Asa gets kicked to a wall. And then of course, Quan Chi goes for the kill for what's that girl's name? Her little brother.
Kobeni is a little. I don't know his first name, but his last name is Kobeni.
Lil Kobeni. Quan Chi goes for the kill, but she sees Denji's head and she stops. And all of a sudden she's like, yeah, nah, fuck this. And she says, an old friend warned me to never make an enemy out of this one. So that's very interesting who this friend is. Maybe Denzel. We don't know, but we'll find out. And then dude ass Mr. Eye Patch gets fucking ran through by the woman that we saw before in the chapter, the crazy woman in the padded room. Basically, she just had it out for this nigga. This nigga was not gonna make it. I really thought I forgot who writes this manga. So he gets gutted. Maybe he alive, maybe he dead. I don't know, but that's definitely a hand, a chainsaw, and possibly a little bit of spleen on that chainsaw blade. So
possibly a little bit of spleen.
I don't know. But very interesting chapter. It ends with Yuan Shi like, yo, like I'm done. Y'all niggas I'll pretend I lost to y'all, kill me. The doctors are like, we didn't see anything, which once again, I said this some previous episodes ago, where I'm just like, these motherfuckers to see some weird shit. This ain't their first time pretending like some bullshit didn't happen at this goddamn base. They was too quick with it. These doctors. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. I want a manga chapter just off of this fucking facility. I want an office version of this goddamn facility. Because I know bullshit happens in here. I know it. Anyway, Yodu asked a very interesting question. Is Quan Chi stronger or Chainsaw Man? And she says, yes, Chainsaw Man is weaker than her, but far more fearsome, which is very interesting. Very interesting. We know that a devil's power is according to how frightening they can be. So, just ending it like that definitely adds the questions on the Denji about more about Chainsaw Man. So I guess it builds up the questions we have. I definitely want to know who this friend is. I definitely want to know what she means by that fearsome aspect of it, because after all, this whole situation that brewed up with the end of the world, a part of that is making Yoru and Denji stronger. So, you know, we need some questions answered. I'm really hoping that this is the end of. I just want to get to them questions, or at least get back to Denji, as a way to maybe he's leaving somewhere. Maybe we'll finally get to Denzel. I don't know. That's just my thoughts as of right now. I will pass it along to TJ.
Um, Quan Chi is her. Let's just get that out the way.
Her, yes, she is. Herbert.
Like, what is it about the Chainsaw Devil that just keeps stopping all these higher level devils in their tracks, right? I mean, I think they touched upon it in Chainsaw Man Part 1 when Angel was talking about like the last thing a lot of devils hear before they die in hell is the sound of a chainsaw, right? And the
He
fact
true
that
death for them niggas.
chainsaw,
Yeah.
if the chainsaw kills you, you're erased from everybody's memory. You gone. Like Faith Evans, but worse, right? Um,
Damn.
that Kobeni family just seems to stay lucky in the face of overwhelming adversity. They somehow always avoid not getting murked. Seems like that trait runs in the family. I low-key forgot the surgeons. Well, quote unquote surgeons were even still in the room, so it was hilarious seeing them. And
They
then
stayed there the whole time. That just hit me.
yeah,
They watched the whole shit. You know
yeah.
what's petty? You know what's petty? They knew all the parts where Denji's supposed to be attached to. They didn't say shit.
Well, the only thing they said what was the last shot was like, "Oh, you guys just knocked over all the Chainsaw Man parts that we put right in front of the door."
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
anyway,
They knew what went to what. They ain't say shit. They was like, nah, let them do it. Let their dumb asses do it. You gonna make a flat mess on my flow? Put your nigga together. I ain't telling you shit. And that's a bitch.
Put your
That's a
nigga
thing, dog.
together.
Teach
You
your
knocked
man
them.
how to
You
squat.
knocked them down. Yeah, shit. Put them back together. Then you want them, right? There you go.
That's just funny. Right. That's that's
Oh,
just funny bone, bitch. I ain't telling you shit else. Bye.
tables are turning like a motherfucker. But let's just move past this now. I'm kind of over this section of the arc. Let's get to Death Devil. Let's get to the other chainsaw, aka Denzel. Let's get to more of Denji's past. Is Nayuta okay? I don't know if she made it. We know who writes this manga. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm gonna pass it over to you, Matt.
Look, man. Chainsaw Man, and is these are the chapters where Chainsaw Man low key started losing me a little bit.
Hmm.
Like chapters like this, but obviously we are all initiated, so you can obviously tough through it. But shit, man, just I'm ready to honestly, I'm kind of at a point now where I just want more Dingy.
Well, I
So
mean, you got him in parts.
yeah, literally, no pun intended, but also, that is the situation. I don't know. I think I'm kind of two apart to the point where I'm kind of ready for this part of the arc to be over with.
100%.
Um, but overall, it's passable chapter. It's nothing I hated, nothing that pissed me off. You know.
Yo, what if they pull on his heartstring right now while he's selling boxes? Will the pieces of him just be moving and shit? Will he just start screaming like,
It's like
ah?
just the arms and the head parts just pop chainsaws out.
Ew.
It's like, okay, well, we know where the arms and the head are.
All right, let's not touch those with bare hands. Let's not touch any of this with bare hands. Denji doesn't strike me as a clean individual.
Oh hell no.
He also doesn't strike me as the type of nigga that cares.
Right.
Like he must.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
Well,
shit. Go
any
ahead.
any other final thoughts, Bryce? Or anybody?
Nah, I ain't got shit.
All right. Well, I'll go into our last one. We get Kaiju number 8. Um,
More
so
like kaiju number late. Am I
for
right?
real,
Am I
like no,
right?
honestly.
Okay.
I don't like that you did that. Really, if I'm being
Sorry.
honest with you, I don't
So
like it at all.
we ain't seen Kaiju number 8 since March.
That's true.
Which is not the craziest shit in the world because we get it every 2 weeks, but it was, a little bit of a more
Man, you're being
extended break.
awfully nice, Matt. You're being awfully nice. I wouldn't extend it the same level of grace, I'll tell you that much.
That's
Well,
fair.
we'll get to that when it's my turn, but go on.
So now we are at chapter 105, episode 105, whatever the fuck. And where we finished off last time, Mina was pretty much being swallowed up
Oh my
by
God.
number 9.
Oh my
And
God. Hey,
Kaiju
you don't
number
have to
8.
take every shot, bro.
Yeah, hey, the ones you don't take, the ones you miss.
Amen.
Oh my God.
And
That nigga preach.
Kafka came in full kaiju form, saved her from pretty much being consumed by number 9. We see like people or whatever watching, and they're like, "Oh, I know that monster. He's a hero," type shit. And
It's Mr. Kaiju.
right, it's Gramps. And the kaiju pulls up on her tiger Bako and was like, "Hey, thank you for holding bro down. Like, I'm finna beat his ass now. Appreciate you." And kaiju number 9, like, wait a minute, how this nigga get over here? Because I put big kaijus on the way, and it was like hella far. And he's like, "Damn, I guess that number 6 weapon must be hard. That's crazy." And he was like, "You definitely should not have made it over here in enough time." But he does. So he's doing his bouncing on his toes. And number 9 is cracking his neck. They shoot in. They clash right in the middle, blow everything away, and Kafka is about to use his troop style hand-to-hand combat that he spent all his time learning. That also was the primary style of Isao Shinomiya, the father that we watched die, that had his All Might moment and shit. So now we get into the fight. Number 8 and number 9. The only thing I'm curious about, one is this like the fight? Like, is this the confrontation we've been waiting on, or is this gonna be like some little bullshit happen and then they gonna fight again later? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it a stack though. Like, I'm happy that like the anime and shit got announced, but it's literally, at least for me, just as a consumer, it's not enough happening in these chapters for me to be waiting this long. Like, just all bullshit aside, like I know initially Kaiju number 8 was every week, then it was every other week, then it was every week again, now it's every other week again and shit. And it's like the chapters are no longer than the average chapters I'm already reading, which already is like an issue for me. And then number 2, it's like you're not even really giving me shit. You picking up on the story from a few weeks ago. That's cool. Like we need this. You know what I'm saying? But like we went X amount of chapters without even seeing our main protagonist, which isn't always the worst situation because like we did need to see the growth of other characters, but the expense of not getting my protagonist is amplified when I'm not getting the series on a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying? There's still so many questions that still need answering. Like the samurai shit, we still haven't forgotten about that. And like, I don't know, something about this just feel like this shit finna end relatively soon. Like, maybe not right away, but I don't think we finish this year with Kaiju number 8. I think Kaiju number 8 done by the end of the year, which could also be why they hurried up and got the anime out because it's gonna probably be short. So. I don't know. I was really conflicted because I was happy to see.
Misusing your influence.
Yeah, pretty much. It's funny as fuck. Like, I was happy to see our main character come back. Happy to see that the conflict is finally starting. They added stakes to it. He was like, "Hey, just so you know, like, you gonna have to beat this dude by the time the reinforcements run out. Because while you're fighting number 9, we are actually all still fighting for our life. By the way, um, so now he has that going over him too. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but Man, shit, blow a building or some shit up next chapter. Like, come on, let's get the fuck to it. God damn, like I don't know. It's like I feel like at this point I have seen so many more highlights of everybody else. And like, this is typical Shonen 101 shit. You know what I'm saying? How many times was everybody getting the shit beat out of them before Goku finally decides to show his ass up, at the very end? I get that. But like I just feel like we've just seen so much of everybody else and very little of him. And I personally would be irritated if this turns out to just be like an expose of what he can do now, but there's no real finality to this fight. That would piss me off. With that, I'm gonna pass it to TJ.
I'm gonna echo quite a few similar points. I've been kind of pissed off with Kaiju for the better part of last year, and going into this year. But I mean, look, of course we had this big ass wait because they had to line up with the anime's premiere weekend. You know how I feel about this getting an anime and Sakamoto Days not, but it's like
Oh wait, that
105.
shit out this weekend, huh?
Yeah, Saturday, yesterday, 105 chapters, right? Went from, like Matt said, I said I'd echo a lot of points because we were somehow on the same wavelength, but it went from like a weekly schedule, bi-weekly, and even you couldn't even necessarily always call it bi-weekly because there would always be some bullshit like chapters consisting of colored cover pages, right? They had the audacity to have a spin-off series, which is, I mean, I read the first few chapters. It's been kind of mad at me. And then they still get an anime, right? Sakamoto Days has been like a top dog since day one, and it's just they don't get shit. But I digress, only to continue hating on the chapter further.
Damn.
I was actually hyped for this chapter when I looked at the first page. I was like, oh shit, right? And I saw the amount of pages. I was like, all right, we're getting a 25 pager. Hopefully this justifies this long ass wait. But then, like, as I was halfway into the chapter, I'm seeing it's like, oh, it's just panels of civilians being like, hey, I recognize that kaiju, or it's like other members of the Japanese anti-kaiju defense force going like, we need you, Kafka, go kick his ass. Matsumoto's just doing the shit that he always does. He's stretching this shit out and not actually giving us any fucking action, right? We got like what? An initial clash between, after rescuing Mina, of course, an initial clash between 9 and 8, and then 9 being like, you getting here. Okay, I forgot to account for Leno and monster number 6, but this is easily something that I can correct right here, right now, right? And then Kafka's like, oh wait, military martial arts, bitch. And that was the chapter, right? So it's like, what the fuck? Like we waited almost a month for this. Like the needle didn't, like nothing has really changed. Mina got rescued last month, right? Like
Yeah.
why
That
why
was
didn't
literally
we
the end of last month.
why didn't we get any more advancement beyond that? Like why did we need the cute little civilian child being like, I reckon that's Mr. Kaiju, like a callback or whatever? Like why did we need the ally panel of like, go get him, sir? Like,
To not show us shit.
to not show us shit. Like, what was that for?
Mm.
Right? With that being said, here's hoping shit picks up because we are at a pretty good battle. Now, Kaiju gives me the vibes that Matt expressed and Bryce has expressed this before too, whether it be on air or in our group chats. I also have the feeling that it's here for a good time, not a long time, but there are so many unanswered questions in the Kaiju Phantom, in the origin of the Kaiju, in, why was Kafka chosen? Why does monster number 8 look like it's been here for a long ass time? Like, why was his shit already cracked and rusted up on his first transformation? That doesn't make any sense. But you know what I mean? Like, there are so many other questions that need answering. And then is Kaiju 9 even the ultimate antagonist or the only antagonist at that? Is there something beyond Kaiju 9, you know? Because there was also that weird like hellscape inside of Kaiju 9 and I guess Mina's mind while she was being absorbed,
Yeah.
where he said like nothing escapes this. And it was just weird like amalgamation of all these monsters, I guess. But like, what's that about? You know, like that's also a question that could be answered. That leads me at least to believe that the story doesn't end with Kaiju Nine's defeat. I'll say that much. That's what I think personally. But yeah, it was like I was happy and I was immediately pissed off reading this chapter. I'll pass it over to you, Bryce.
Yeah, I feel like I have the same takes that you all have. My thing is, I'm just glad we fucking got here, if that makes sense.
I feel that. Yeah.
Like it's like,
100%.
all right, we finally got to this point. Maybe like let's get the ball rolling. TJ made a very interesting point right now about how Matt made it too about just like how long this felt and like the feeling that this is coming to an end. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this stall was just a way for them to like come up with an idea to extend this shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels.
Mm.
Especially with the realization of like her being absorbed into Kaiju number 9 and then coming across that big like Kaiju universe shit, you know, that's really not something you can fucking ignore. It's like, okay, what the fuck was that? So yeah, I'm just glad we here. And of course, with Kaiju number 8 anime dropping, and if this shit becomes popular, of course they're gonna be like, all right, y'all, you gonna have to extend the fuck out of this. But it's like,
Right.
oh, I wanted to do like I wanted this to end right now. Nah. You can give these these side characters some shit to do.
They're like, Susie, right?
You
That's
gonna
your
get
daughter's
some
name?
money off this shit.
Susie?
Yeah.
All right, I'll extend
Yeah.
the end. I'll extend the
So
series.
yeah,
Good.
good. Now give me my money. Give me my money, little bitch. Give me my money. So that's just how I feel. I do like the chapter. I do like the fact that we are finally fucking here. It's just a common like, oh yeah, the hero's here now. Let's get to it type of thing. So we can get to see what Kaiju what Kafka's about with the training. Um yeah, just a solid welcome home type shit. I'm with it. Welcome home type shit. Welcome to the party type shit. Let's get to it though. I'm tired. Let's do it.
All that, and what if he just gets one-shotted in next chapter, Kafka, that
Honestly,
is. That'd be hilarious to me.
that would be crazy. But I can't see that happen. Not with this. But if the samurai nigga, you know what I mean? Maybe the samurai nigga will be like, "Oh, you're strong enough now. I can present myself to you." It's like, who the fuck are you? I'm the original. I'm the fly. The samurai nigga was the fly the whole time.
I'd have been like, hey, you went through a rough patch, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. That divorce was rough, huh? She took your whole body too, huh? Damn.
Be like that,
What the
son.
fuck I need pockets for? She took everything.
All I got was my wings, nigga. Yeah. So,
Hey,
yeah.
wild thought. What
Shoot.
if Mina is now psychically linked to Kaiju 9 and
Pissed.
whatever the fuck she saw
Pissed.
in that shit, man?
Nah, fuck that. She got the kaiju seed. She gonna give birth to it. No. No.
Ew.
Kaiju.
Hey, yo.
No. Okay. Pause.
Hey,
Pause.
hey,
I didn't
hey.
mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I meant
Hey.
like maybe she got like a kaiju tree inside of her or some shit. Like a
I suggest you stop this train of thought.
That's
I
crazy.
was gonna say, like, you know how in Pacific Rim, how dude drifted with a kaiju and it opened like a two-way communication line. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking along those lines too. Like, what if like that's the case now, and like she can see like either they can leverage it to maybe get the jump on the kaiju or like know more about the kaiju origin, or it could be leveraged against them. Whereas it's like, all right, let's say Kafka defeats Kaiju 9, but somehow Kaiju 9 is able to either take over Mina's body in some way, shape, or form. Like, let's say, yeah, Kafka ripped her away from him, but somehow there's like a little bit of Kaiju 9 that like lives in Mina's mind now going forward or something like that. Like, I wouldn't necessarily rule that out.
No, I mean neither. Something she's definitely affected by this kaiju shit. Like, cause she almost died. She was
Yeah.
there.
Like it looked like she was getting swept into the sunken place.
He was being swallowed up as
Oh
Matt.
my God. I
So, you know,
hate
there's
you guys.
consequences.
I hate you guys.
Am I wrong?
Of
No, you're not.
of
Yeah.
course. The nigga who said the same thing is saying he's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Uh yeah, I got nothing else
Not
for
us as anime rules.
that. All
Well,
right, favorite chapter this week.
yeah.
Um, good question.
I'll go. Kangen Omega chapter 256 by far.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. The ops in Kengan Omega are an offshoot, like the Kure clan, the Wu clan, Wu Tang, and the other faction of the Wu clan. They're all apparently from the same ancestral clan. They just broke off into different factions.
Yep.
But the evil Wu are so evil, they're making the taboo descendant, aka evil nigga Ryan, look like somewhat of a hero. That's how evil they are. Bro came back from training and he came back from training at Lake Minnetonka, right?
Legend
And
Conquer is crazy.
and now he's got this sword who's apparently the weight distribution is so diabolical. You try to lift that shit, you might like break your arm or some shit. But either way,
He
dude
said,
came
"Yeah, you
back.
strong, right, nigga? Pick the sword up.
He came
What's
back with
wrong?"
some
Come
stubble
on.
and a new scar and just came to do work. He didn't even use his removal. That's
Trying to
he
tell
might have
y'all.
achieved the equivalent of Ultra Instinct for the Kengan universe. I think that's what they were hinting at because he's saying like he did something that's like something the connector would do. But I digress. Kengan Omega 256, my chapter of the week.
I gotta agree. I'm with the same. I agree. That's mine too. I wasn't expecting that shit to be that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Oh shit! I guess that means it's my turn.
Yeah.
Damn, this first time in a few weeks I ain't picked Sakamoto Days, but I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna join up. Tribalism, thinking
Huh?
Omega. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, a real nigga returned and descended down and saw some false real niggas, and you know,
Nigga said maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Just fucking
man, trying to tell you.
yeah.
Real nigga Ryan
Uh,
with an
and
adoption.
y'all want to get into that topic of the week?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Topic of the week. What is the trashest, the trashiest devil fruit power? TJ, let's start with you actually.
Okay, so this is gonna go into the Wano arc recency because I was really thinking about it because my first thought when I saw the topic of the week was like, man, I don't know that I've been paying attention to devil fruits like that. But then I remembered in the Wano arc, right? So if you know Kaido's pirates, they
Mhm.
Yeah.
use these Vegapunk engineered like
Smile fruit.
Zoan type smile fruit devil fruits that kind of would change them into like dinosaur or animal types. There's this one nigga who had like the giraffe fruit,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like instead of it, like you what would you think? You think like, all right, based on all the other animal-like transformations, okay, this nigga finna get like some type of anthropomorphic giraffe transformation, right? Like you look at Rob Lucci, it's like, all right, the nigga is a cheetah, panther, werewolf type, right? like, and then this nigga gets the giraffe, like a complete giraffe body all the way up to the neck, but instead of him having a giraffe head, it's just his body dangling from the head. And it's like anytime he's drawn, his whole body's just struggling. And it's like
he's like a freaky ass centaur.
He's not yet. He's like a centaur if something went wrong, right? Like he just, yeah, he's not an ass. He's stronger if he doesn't transform. He's more of an asset if he doesn't transform. But that
stuck like that
right there, that to me is the trashest devil fruit power.
I think you're stuck like that. It ain't a transformation. You're stuck like that.
No, they can transform back, right? Because Kaido.
No, I don't think you can.
Bracket. What about dude who was undercover for Cypher Pole? Because he can transform to and from his like dinosaur power. Right?
They didn't eat smiles.
Oh.
No, they ate regular fruit. Anybody that ate a smile is a defective. It's not a real fruit.
Oh, that's why the kids are stuck as giants, right?
No, they got experimented on. The smile fruit. Right. The smile. Okay, so smile fruits are like bootleg fruit. So one, if you eat a bootleg fruit, you might not even be able to. You might not get a power. You just lose like the ability to like feel happiness or something like that.
That's what happened to some of the people in Wano, right?
Exactly. Or like they can't
feel sadness. Yeah.
Right. The other thing is if you do get a power, your shit is bootleg. Like you look like you're permanently like that. You don't have a transformation. You just turn into an animal and your body like comes out of the animal. Like the dude that's a hippo, like in the prison, the nigga is a hippo, but his head and shit is inside the hippo. So he lives inside.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Mine is the smile giraffe fruit. That was me.
For sure. Matt, you going next? Or you want me to go?
No, I'll go. That was up there because it was a nigga that had the alpaca smile fruit. He had the same situation. He just an alpaca from the neck up. Everything else just he regular. One when I was looking into it was two of them that's very similar. That I thought both of them was ass. But the one I'm going with is the garb fruit. Because if the only ability is you could just turn anything into clothes, and that's like at least from what I know about that universe, that's really just not enough.
I ain't fresh. Sorry.
Right. No, but you're right. But
like, real.
It's cool that a nigga could take a rock and just turn it into a pair of shoes, but like it don't turn into like rock shoes. They just turn into normal shoes. Like you'll just never be bummy. Good for you. Like in that universe, that's really just not enough.
Right.
It was between that and the jacket fruit, where a nigga has to turn into a jacket for you to wear, and then he control your body with your power and his power. Because he a jacket.
That fruit existed.
That shit dumb. No, that shit dumb.
I'd be mad as hell. Can you imagine? Hey, nigga, put me on, bro. Let me just.
A whole different definition to put me on, for real.
Put me on, bro. No, we about to fuck him up. That's hilarious. Okay. Now, I thought about it, and I was like, what fruit? What fruit? I could never. Now the jacket fruit, I forgot that existed. I literally did. That's fucking terrible. But something tell me, nah, it's I still hold strong with my answer. So my answer is the Hoya no Mi. Which basically turns me into a lamp man. What that mean? It mean if I rub my stomach, a fucking genie comes out and attacks you.
What?
What?
You get a genie? You turn into a lamp with a genie. If you remember, he's one of the Charlotte kids. Wait. Nah, y'all think I'm joking, bro. Charlotte Daifuku, bro. He ate a he got a genie in his stomach. And every time he attacks, he just rubbing his stomach.
Damn.
He don't even do shit. He just standing there rubbing himself for the genie to attack. And I'm just like, even me, bro. If I'm in a fucking fight and my way to defend and attack is to just rub myself on the battlefield constantly, I'm just not for that. And then I was thinking, right? Let's say somebody just rubs you a little bit. Do they get wishes?
That's
This
just
genie? Like, how does this work with this genie? I'm a lamp man. I kind of feel a little paranoid. I don't want nobody rubbing on me just to get wishes. I'm going to sleep and you wake up, somebody rubbing your stomach or some shit just to summon the genie. Nah, bro. Nah. What are the rules with this genie power, bro?
I feel like if you get that, you should be able to turn it off.
I don't know, bro. Devil fruits don't work like that.
I know, but for that devil fruit where it's like, yeah, I want to be able to turn this off, bro.
Look, it says it right here. It says that the user needs to continually rub their body to maintain the genie's presence. I can't stop rubbing myself to attack. Should the user be distracted or knocked out, the genie will instantly disappear. Also, it can only travel a limited distance away from the user. Yeah, man. Hell no.
That seems like more of a liability.
Yeah. How does he awaken? Like, what is that? Because he's a paramecium. Does he just summon more genies? Do I gotta rub myself more?
Whoa. Hey, can we move on?
Pause.
But you get what I'm saying. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Lamp man. So yeah. Fun chapter. Fun episode, y'all.
All right.
Any final thoughts, fellas?
No.
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for rocking with us. This has been another episode of the Now Mind You podcast. The shit almost kind of feels special because it's like the first time we all been together in like 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
We've been at full strength. So, good to be back. Ideally, I believe we get Hajime no Ippo next week. I'm pretty sure we got Hajime no Ippo is back next week. We also have another chapter of Chainsaw Man's on a break.
Sakamoto should be back.
Yeah, we got
Jujutsu
Sakamoto
Kaisen
Days,
should be back.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Obviously not Kaiju number 8. But we got Sakamoto, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hajime no Ippo, and really that's it.
Yeah.
For next week.
And we're not going to try to add any other series because we've been burned too many times.
We've been hurt. You know what? I'm gonna say something. No,
too many.
I'm gonna say something. No, a series that burned us early. This pre-Bryce. A series that burned us early, just to go to show whatever listeners we got, especially people who've been with us. This is pre-Bryce. I just want to point that out. We stopped reading this series because they put it on a quote-unquote hiatus, but it was an indefinite hiatus. It just came back a month ago. I'm talking about Ruri Dragon, TJ.
I know.
What the fuck? So, sorry, man. Like, we've been hurt.
Yeah.
All right. So we just not yet. I'm damn near like some shit got to get 100 chapters in before I feel away, and I can't even trust that. I need a written letter from the mangaka and from whatever publisher they go through saying that this is gonna last X amount of time. So I know. Sorry about that tangent. On another note, our topic of the week next week is if you had to be the villain to any anime or manga protagonist group, who would it be? Wow, that is a dastardly ass question, and
Bryce.
I definitely have an answer.
Was that you, Bryce?
That question smells like Bryce.
What the fuck?
You see, he quiet.
I mean, it's a good question, though.
The hot topic of the week is if you had to be a villain of any anime or manga, what group would you be a villain? That's some bully shit. Thank you guys for rocking with us. You can follow us all on social media. You can follow me at Matt Hambrick. That's MATTHAMBRIC. TJ.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Tuss4skate. That's TUSS4__SKATE. Bryce.
You can follow me on Instagram at Ashe_onsa AXE_ONCA Bay Bay. Where can they find Matt? Where can you find
They
you,
can
Matt?
find us at Now Mind You Podcast, wherever you guys like to get your podcast, wherever you like to get your social media. We're in all those places. We'll see you guys next week, or we'll see you over in combat. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.